feel like this is going to sound like I'm picking on you, but I'm not. I'm not singling you out.
No,
Fostering as a single foster mother, if you were like in that position, like how would you feel about that? Would you still want to do it even if you didn't have that partner that was helping?
I do. Yeah, I do still. It has been on my mind for a few years, and I do want to do it by myself or with a partner. And I think it's actually less complicated if I don't have a partner, even though I am also actively looking for somebody.
Yeah.
But you know, when I was doing a little bit of research, because here and there I do some research, and they look for people who are either coupled and have one child of their own already, or they look for single females. Yeah. That's their next priority in terms of who they look for. I don't know why.
I mean, I feel like my brain is telling me, yeah, that's logical. That makes sense.
Me
but
too.
I'm like, why?
Yeah, because it's the whole maternal thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, mothers are the best suited to raise children.
That makes
I'm not
sense.
saying I agree. I think there's a special bond between mom and baby, but I still think that's how society views it. They almost view dads, I don't want to say incapable, but like wouldn't go to a single father or assume that maybe a single father that's their life choice, is that they just want to be single, but they want to have a child to raise. But society is still like, well, you know, you're not maternal and you don't have those instincts, and we would never think you want to do that before. So that's where the scales are still tipping quite poorly in the male direction, I feel, in that way.
Yeah. I see it even with my female friends who have kids.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they feel like the person that they decided to have kids with is incapable of being alone with the kids.
That's my biggest fear, and I've been going through so many different scenarios with Gary.
Yeah.
Saying like, what would you do? I mean, I don't have my splint on right now, but I have it. Gary has been phenomenal at helping me, just like cooking for me, doing whatever I need done.
Yeah.
And I finally really feel supported to the point where I'm like, yeah, I can visualize how he would help.
Yeah.
That's good.
But for me, my parents are divorced, and so I need to go through like every scenario with Gary to know. Like, my mom had cancer. We did long distance for a year when he was in Europe. Like, we've done a lot of challenging things. Yeah. So I knew that I could marry him happily and have a good life. And so having those challenging times to say like, this is what will happen when we have a kid. Okay, I feel good about it.
Yeah.
That's good. It's good that you have that like kind of societal shift too, where he's willing to do those things, like cook dinner and do all the things that the woman typically, I guess, does. Like, and again, that's just old, like things that we were kind of like, that were handed to us as in, this is supposed to be your role as a woman.
Yeah,
and it's not like that anymore.
No, it's totally determined by the woman and the man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, which is good. And like marriage, like for me personally, like my boyfriend and I talked about this a bit in the last episode, like my boyfriend and I have been together forever, but we don't want to get married. Like, it's just not something that we feel like we need to do or that we particularly want to do. We kind of want to throw like a rager, because like the party aspect of the wedding is like the only part we really care about. Like, when you're together for so long, you're pretty much in the eyes of the law.
Oh, you are.
Like, we're father-in-law. So I don't know why I need to spend like 40 grand. And
you're going to say, if you break up, you're going to say the word break up, and I'm going to say the word divorce. Like,
exactly.
that is the only difference throughout the whole thing.
And it might be a little less stressful.
Yeah.
But
well, it's not even just breaking up. When you're common law, it's a whole separation. Like,
no, it's just the word. Like, that's what I mean. Like, the only difference is the word that you use. Just
the same. I will say this, so Mark and I just recently purchased a new home, and we, because we're not married, I guess technically we're common law, but we made a point to write up a cohab agreement. Which I am like, tell everyone, tell all your friends.
We did the same.
It's like a prenup.
I'm sorry, but Justin Bieber, like, you are worth $265 million. Like, love is love, but just like put it on paper. But your partner should understand, and I just read today that they're like not doing a prenup. We don't know this is fact or fiction, but like, I think you have to understand what people like. Recognize yourselves as individuals before you were together. Recognize the assets that you worked hard for, and understand that you will always look after one another. And the hope is that you don't get to the point where you have to split those things.
Or even put the paper away. You don't look at it.
But know that it's there. And like, I just felt so much better. And like, Mark obviously has a lot more invested in the house than I do, but Mark had a different journey than I did, education-wise and life-wise, and we know and understand that. But I wanted it to be fair for him as well because I recognize his assets. Like I was even laughing with our lawyer, like some of the lines, like I could have been, if Mark and I broke up, I could have gone after him for spousal support. Like how ridiculous is that?
Yeah.
But that's how like detailed the writing is. Like you will not go after him for spousal. I'm like, I don't think I need to, but sadly, people would do that,
absolutely.
You know?
And they get accustomed of a certain lifestyle.
Some of the
language
language in that was just really funny that I was like, oh my God. I can't believe I'm like initialing all these papers, but I was like, I would never think to do that. But Mark's like, but not everybody thinks like you, and so, you know, people change and situations change.
Sure. That's why we do a
collab agreement, so we know should what I hope never happens. We know exactly who's getting what the details are, and it should be as peaceful as possible. But like I felt really strong and empowered, and we sat down like the adults that we are and hashed it all out with the lawyer, and we were like, yep, good, done. I just think paperwork is so key. I don't know, maybe there's people right now who are like, oh my God, like like I get it, like I still believe you're in love, but I just think there's nothing wrong with putting some writing.
Life happens, stuff changes, people change, like
Gary and I had the same thing when we bought our house. It was kind of in a rush because the crappy apartment we lived in was getting torn down, and
we need to live somewhere.
And so we figured, okay, if we're gonna pay for rent, we may as well buy a house. That was the plan anyway. And so Gary had been working for about a year, and I was still in grad school. Like I still had OSAP. Like I didn't actually have money. So I took whatever scholarship I had, put that as my down payment, and we had different percentages. And so the cohabitation agreement reflected that. And then it said it would pay up, like backdate all of the down payment every month of mortgage. That wasn't. And then eventually, when I got to that point, I'd be a half owner. And then it survives marriage. So we don't even ever have to touch it. It's there.
See, ours didn't. We are gonna reevaluate when we do a prenup. But that, like, to me, again, that's a great time to revisit things.
Because there might be stuff that you didn't agree on now that you might then, or vice versa.
Or it'll just be like same, resign.
Exactly.
But I think it's just so nice to have.
It's like, would you go into business with somebody without having an agreement?
You kind of are going into business with someone.
Exactly.
It's like business, but it's still very business. And
there's
it's
a lot of
huge
money
decision.
in life. When you own a house, that's a lot of money.
It is. It's a huge asset. It's the biggest asset you have, most likely.
Unless you're like some crazy bajillionaire. But
right.
It's a big deal. Especially as millennials, like we need to be looking after ourselves because we can barely get into the market as it is.
Cher, how long have you been married?
It'll be 1 year, November 18th.
It's so soon. And you were saying you met your husband like in high school. You guys were like
in middle school.
Grade 7. I'm
David.
like the worst listener of this.
Best friends since grade 7.
I love
7th grade. That is like insane.
There's no secrets.
No, well there can't be. Like
you knew each
there
other
was no
when you were awkward.
get to know you. Period.
No, you guys like
started dating, moved in, got engaged, married, pregnant. Like it all happened in under 3 years.
But like you grew up together, so it's fine. So I'm just like kind of wondering.
Oh boy,
what you were like in high school.
What do you think?
I would have loved to know you.
I mostly mean, okay, so I guess I
hope
mean
no one who went to my high school is going to watch this because I'm going to lie through my teeth.
I would love to know you in high school.
You were an angel. Right. Okay, but like, so mostly like, what was your go-to like look?
I think that it evolved. You know,
I would hope
6 years is a long time from middle school to the end of high school. I think it evolved. I remember at one point, like I was wearing Fat Farm shoes with the tongue out and the
baby
jeans
fat.
tucked in and like
it.
baby fat and like Sean John or I can't remember, Echo or whatever.
Yeah.
Had a bit of like a gangster period there, I guess you could call it.
It's like Cambridge, Ontario.
But it's funny because I didn't even live in Cambridge. I just went to school there.
Right. You just went to. You weren't even from.
No.
The Kappa suits. I remember those.
I had a Kappa suit.
Yeah, I can picture you in a
Of course,
Kappa
you're
suit.
Portuguese.
I also had hoop earrings and like crunchy gel curls.
But like that would look so fierce on you. Like I
pulled it
imagine
off.
that on me.
Yeah, I am Portuguese.
like,
like
what
that
are you
look was
doing?
in my blood.
She's like dark, you know,
I know. Like so what am I doing wearing that stuff?
High
But yeah.
school, yeah, but you need those experimental phases.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
yeah.
I have some photos where I look homeless.
Okay, need
like
to
I'm
see
in
them.
sweatpants and a plaid shirt. I look completely homeless.
That was the goal, though.
And then I feel like I just look
That sounds
normal
like
at the
university
end.
exam
Normal.
period.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You tried to tell me that you weren't dark, but I saw it. I swear.
Okay, were you dark or were you like too much orange foundation
Okay.
dark?
Picture Aisha at 6 years old, and that's what
That's
dark
your base
looks
of
like.
reference right
Okay,
now.
we have
Yes,
to.
that's your
I'm
base
like,
of reference.
okay.
We have to explain.
6-year-old Aisha.
So Cher's parents built my parents' home, the home that I grew up in and that my parents still live in.
I also grew up in.
And she also
Yeah.
grew up in that same home. So her childhood bedroom was my childhood bedroom. And when my parents were going to view the house, I was 6 years old and Cher was like, I don't know, 15.
In grade 9.
Yeah. And
She was 35.
Basically, that's
swear.
so old. 6 and 15.
I
You
don't
had your
know.
posters. What poster was it?
I don't know what posters. I don't remember.
These like dark emo posters. I don't think I ever had a metal phase. Like there was a phase
my
like I
God.
loved Limp Bizkit and Eminem
Yes.
and stuff. I don't think it was.
Me-
If you
high
didn't love
school?
Eminem,
Still love
though,
Limp
like, what
Bizkit.
were
Was
you
it
What
like
were you
Jack
doing?
and Cutie or something?
No,
like that?
right?
no,
No?
Pretty.
no.
You
I
know.
never had their posters.
You never had
Disco?
posters out of like J14?
Oh my
Remember
God.
that
Like, are those dark?
love Schaefer.
Would you consider those
Oh,
dark?
they
No.
were,
That's
it
what
was
she's saying.
like O-Town and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, like maybe
I
Pete
saw
Wentz could
O-Town
have been in
perform a couple
one.
weeks ago.
Oh yeah, they were.
90s thing, yeah.
It was so fun.
Oh, the 90s.
Yeah, the
yes.
one that I posted on like my
That would
Fresh.
actually be a blast.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side note, going back to Cher's emo,
Yes.
apparent emo phase.
Yeah.
And no emo
You know what?
face.
All I remember is that I was in Cher's room and we were looking at the house.
If those walls could talk.
And I was like, what is this? And my mom's like, you'll be a teenager one day.
I don't think you were ever at the same teenage level. I hope not.
My entire high school. Shockingly enough, you guys, you're
No.
not gonna believe this.
Oh, wow.
I was the emo kid. I know. What? As if I'm not like clearly a washed up emo kid right now. I'm retired, but it's fine.
You were tired, but that's
Like,
still there.
here it is. And these aren't going anywhere either.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was my whole thing. And like I have such vivid memories of like putting on eyeliner in the morning before school and just like going to town. Like
yeah.
circles, like
Yeah.
it's just everywhere. And I feel like even being like more weird looking than the average girl, like most girls' eyeliner was thick in high school. Like,
Yeah,
and
it really was in the early 2000s.
We all
Yeah.
went through that weird, like, we're not sure who we are as people. So, like, let's just have blue sparkly eyeshadow on. And
blue eyeshadow for
yeah.
sure.
And now I'm angry and I want my money back because teenagers today,
Oh,
Can I
Oh,
just say,
yeah.
like,
They're gorgeous.
look like
They
our age.
models.
they look
Yeah.
better than I do. And I get
yeah.
so mad because I'm like, first of all, why do you have more time than I do?
Yes,
like,
that's true.
because they're in high school.
I wouldn't say more time. I'm going to say they shift their priorities around.
True.
a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
why
very
can't
true.
I do that?
Priorities are highlight, like not
Yeah.
other things, I guess.
But like
yeah.
also, like who let you look that good? And like, why didn't you have to
It's
go
the
through
internet.
what we went
I
through?
know.
Instagram, Pinterest,
they have so much
YouTube.
access to
That's
technology.
true.
I think in
Yeah.
10 years they're going to look back and think that they look terrible. Like
No.
No,
Well,
because
they
they
look
don't.
like models.
They look
Yeah,
fantastic.
they do because
But
like
did- maybe we looked like
I
models.
knew
No,
I
we
looked
did
like
not.
that.
No, we We would like go on walks, like adventure walks, and we'd bring a disposable camera and like photograph the walks. But the photos were all like this.
Yeah.
And you just clicked, and you had to wait to develop it to be like, how'd that selfie turn out?
And bad.
And you know
Always
that
bad.
person at Walmart.
was looking
was
like,
like-
oh, This is before basic was even
Oh
a
my
thing, but
God.
they would have said basic.
Basic.
Yeah.
Basic.